Welcome back, Aquarius. This is the Journey of Self. I am your intuitive tarot reader as well as your host, Brandy, and this is the journey. Okay, so this is going to be a look at 2019, the year ahead. I pulled 6 cards, which is going to kind of give us a little bit of an idea of the energies, the tests, and the experiences that we can expect to come up. Okay. Now, first, I would like to start with the intuitive part of the reading. I wrote down a few things that I did see while I was kind of pulling and getting ready for your reading. I feel like this year you guys are going to have a chance to create magical practices and actual chances to create parts of your craft. Like you guys are going to get a chance, which is an amazing chance, to create your own rituals, to bring energies into your life. Now, you guys did connect with spirit last year. It was a great year for connecting with spirit and connecting with the higher self for the Aquarius. You guys did a lot of that. And you know what? You guys were like on fleek. You were beaming high. Your vibration was extremely high. Ask any tarot reader out there. It was an amazing year for Aquarius 2018. A lot of things happened. A lot of different things were started. You guys were really on the move. All right. Now, I feel like you guys, when we talk about creating these rituals, these practices, it's whatever you believe in. If you believe in Christianity, maybe you start reading your Bible every morning and praying every morning for an hour. That's a ritual. That's a practice that you create to kind of bring more power into your life. That's what we're talking about. If you are, like myself and you're an intuitive and you're, a spiritualist, maybe you meditate and burn your sage every morning for an hour and create mantras and things of that nature that kind of bring that power into your life. It doesn't matter what you actually believe in. What it's about is you actually creating the rituals and understanding that you do have power, and the things that you practice will bring you energy into your life. Okay. Now, the next thing that I've seen is that your magnetism is going to continue to be high. And it's something that Spirit wants me to tell you is to give your magic a chance. Give your magic a chance. Give yourself a chance. Okay. I think that some of you have magic and you don't really understand it. Like, for instance, I'm an intuitive tarot reader. So it's like me not reading because I don't believe, but everybody else can see that this is what it is. Sometimes people can't see your gifts, and that's okay too. But you guys, I feel like you guys do know your gifts because last year did show you a few things about yourself, and you guys have to believe that you have a chance, even if it's a business or something you want to start. A lot of Aquarius are humanitarians. You guys may want to help people, start a charity, something like that. Whatever it may be, believe in your magic. Do that, okay? The next thing that I did kind of get a message about is that you guys need to set boundaries, protect and ground yourself, because your magnetism will be high, so people will be attracted to you, and their energy may not exactly be the best. They may be low vibration while you are high. You know what's going to happen. They're most likely going to bring you down before you bring them up. So ground yourself, protect yourself. I'm not saying don't deal with them. I'm just saying be aware that this is a possibility. The next thing that you guys should know is that you have a chance to be a beacon. There's definitely going to be some healing that continues within your life. I know that you guys went through a big healing process last year, and you guys were able to see that things are not always the way you think that they're going to be. A lot of Aquarius are intuitive anyway. Okay, so sometimes you get these feelings and you can see more than you really. I don't want to say need or have to or want to, but you guys can see a lot further than the average person. That's kind of where your humanitarian magic comes from, right? So with that being said, is you guys actually, had these preconceptions about the way things are going to be and the way they go and the way things are. And that was kind of shaken up last year. You kind of got to see a different side of yourself as well as others. and a different side of life. I feel like last year was a great year for you guys, but it's only going to continue. But this year, you're going to have a little bit more power because you're going to be able to take your gift to the next level. You're going to be able to present it more to the world. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. I've already pulled 2 cards. I see you guys walking away in the beginning of the year and moving to calmer waters, whatever that means for you. And I do believe that people are going to say, oh, God, this is a different side of you. I've never seen this side of you. I see this because I see the moon peeking its head. And usually when the moon appears to me, it's not just about secrets. The moon actually is about that emotional, dark, deeper side of oneself that we don't necessarily see in the daytime. These are two different things going on. You have the moon here. It appears to be a little bit darker, a little bit dimmer in this particular picture. But here we're definite that this is probably daytime, right? So it's like 2 different opposites, but they're both doing the same thing. They're moving forward. They're moving forward, moving on. I feel like there are people who are going to get married. Some people to their soulmate. Some people to people from the past, right? Some people are going to get married to their soulmate. Some people are going to get married to people from their past. That's what I want to say. Some people are going to get deeper into, I believe, politics, society, as well as religion this year. Let's move on to the next card, Scales of Balance. Actually, I think it was like this. It feels like this. I feel like you guys are going to go truth seeking. You guys are going to be in a holding pattern, aka the hangman state. You guys are going to get the illumination that you seek. That's what the hermit does. He seeks truth. He goes around looking for knowledge. And the hangman is always waiting for illumination. Once he found it, he can turn to the upright and move on with his life. All right. I feel like in the beginning of the year, you guys are going to be kind of just getting to know a different side of yourself. There's going to be information, kind of like a download coming in. The sun is definitely on its way, Aquarius. Let me tell you, by end of the year, you're going to be on fleek. You guys were one of the only signs to get this particular card, which is the past life, present power, which is where you are going to be gifted with gifts and assets from your past lives. So imagine, everybody gets gifts in their life because we're on a life path. And these gifts help us get closer to our life path. Every time we live this life, there's a mission to find out the life path, whether you realize there's a purpose or not. That's the joke, right? So every time we do this, this is what goes on. Now imagine getting those gifts from other lives combined with the gifts that you have in this life to find that path. A path that you've kind of already been giving a glimpse of. You kind of already know what your path is from last year. That's a lesson that we definitely did learn. Okay? There's going to be information in reference to that, downloads and such. Okay. So the next card is the Brother in Darkness. I feel like for some Aquarius, there's a darker side that you guys need to embrace of yourself. I feel like you guys this is something that's secret, I feel like, about Aquarius. I feel like nobody knows that Aquarius, we get into negative loops in our minds, just like the Virgo. Okay? I feel like we're very similar to the Virgo. We're very critical of ourselves and sometimes even of others, but mostly critical of ourselves. And we get into negative loops. So you guys are going to have to learn to unconditionally love yourselves this year. Okay? Okay. So let's go ahead and clarify that card. All right, let me go ahead and clarify. Let me go ahead and clarify this card. I think that these old concepts are going to come down. These old concepts that you have of yourself are going to come down. And you guys are going to have to start anew, rebuilding yourselves. Now, not in a bad way. Don't get crazy. Let's not get afraid. We're not talking about like completely rebuilding yourselves. We already started that last year. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the rest of these walls that are holding you back coming down. Because I feel like there's still some work to be done as far as walls, as far as the things that are holding us back. All right, let's go ahead and let me pull a few more cards for this. I think you guys are going to actually move from where you are now to being a boss of your own life. Some of you, for those that are starting the business, it's looking really good. It's looking really amazing. Now listen, there are some things about your life that are changing. Temperance card here is asking for you to just show some temperance. Okay. I feel like you guys are going to have choices and a chance to speak your truth, but I also feel like you guys are going to actually feel it a little bit that your life is changing. There are new, innovative ideas that you may be having, but this is just the beginning. But I do see that you guys will have a little bit of remorse, more like grief, as this year comes in, crying a little bit over spilled milk because there's some things that are changing, hence the Tower card, right? There are some things that you're not going to be able to stop that are going to change. And that's just the way it's going. Okay? And I feel like that's going to be rough because while these things are great, Aquarius don't necessarily like change. We are one of the fixed signs, and Aquarius don't necessarily like change. Even when we know something is ending that wasn't necessarily good for us, we do still kind of tend to grieve it on the low, just because it's like one of those things of staying with the devil, you know. At the same time, we don't mind trying new things. Now, figure out that contradiction. Let's move on to the key of life, okay? This is the next card that we'll be clarifying. I feel like your key this year is going to be to give of yourself. There may be someone who comes in your life that is just fun, brings you contentment. Be careful not to overindulge, and be careful not to be purely sexual. However, I do think that you guys are going to get a lesson in sex magic this year. If you haven't already learned a little bit about it from last year. That's like something that's coming up for a lot of the signs this year. I feel like you guys are ready to take on these new ventures. You guys do have a new spark, new ideas in reference to life. I feel like you guys just are, kind of sitting back and taking an inventory of everything that has gone on. And you guys are kind of, like I said, starting this in the beginning of this year are in a holding pattern, just kind of trying to figure out what happened last year. What's up? Where am I going? What am I doing? What do I expect out of this year? What did I gain from last year? All right, now the next card is Into the Chamber of Healing. Like I said before, from the Brother in Darkness, you guys do have a couple more walls to come down. You do have some healing to do. You're not completely done healing yet from those negative mindsets that you've had that you were changing last year and trying to rewire. Do not be discouraged. It has taken me years to rewire my brain. The first year, it was just kind of like, yeah, I'm rewiring, but I'm not really seeing much results. And then the second year, it was kind of like, okay, I'm rewiring and I'm starting to see some hints of a different reality. And now it's like I'm in between, oh my God, my life changed dramatically, to I hope I stay in this place and I can keep pulling this off. That's where I am. That's my personal input, my personal idea of rewiring your brain. And that's kind of what healing is. It's kind of like, you know, and this too, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. That's kind of with what these cards are talking about. It's about being able to revision or revise the way you see things, the way you think, and being able to take hold of your mind and point it in a new direction whenever you want, with, you know, with your will, at will. That's what I want to say, at will. I see that in the area of self-sufficient and resourcefulness, you guys will be taking on a whole nother type of energy. You guys will be more resourceful than you've ever been and more self-sufficient than you've ever been. Some of you will get married this year. A lot of people didn't believe that they would see that, but they're going to see that from you. Other people, you will be taking a deeper religious dive. For others, you'll be receiving love offers. There may even be some babies involved for some of us, but mostly speaking your truth. Definitely speaking your truth. And it's going to be an amazing year ahead. Now, let's move on to this last card, very powerful card, being able to call in past life gifts. Some of my cards are reversed. Don't worry about them. I don't read reversals. If they come out, it's whatever. New opportunities. I feel like people are going to be offering you more lucrative opportunities come 2019. Things are going to change a bit. You guys are going to be able to restore a lot of which that was lost from your life, believe it or not. I feel like this lifetime, yep, boom. Alchemy, the magician, the first person a fool meets, has the power, has all the tools and knows how to use them. He is a magician. He is an alchemist. He is skilled in filigree. There will be some restorations made. I feel like you guys are not going to reach the pinnacle of these new business ventures or this career just yet, but you guys are on your way to a very stable energy as far as career goes and things of that nature. I feel like Aquarius in general, the more information you have, the more stable you feel, the more stable you feel, the more confident you feel. I feel like when you don't have enough information, or what you consider to be enough information, you are fearful, but don't be. This year is actually looking to turn out very well. For those of you who are Aquarius who don't know how to set boundaries or haven't been able to set boundaries, you're going to come into your full power of being able to do that. Also being able to discern who you should be and should not be. Trusting, love, business, alchemy, spirituality, as well as relationships will be restored. Let's pull a couple more cards. Just because I got a soft spot for my Aquarius. Yeah, boss stuff. That's what I thought. Boss stuff. And I also saw the Chariot, but it didn't come out, but it flashed. I also saw the Star card, as well as the Fool that actually came out. I feel like you guys are gonna follow your follow the stars. You guys are gonna follow your dreams. There may be some contracts and legalities that come about this year, by the end of this year or mid-year, however this energy flows. Time is unnecessary. in this particular situation, the concept. So be sure to rest, think, and retreat. Be sure to bring gratitude into your life. Be sure to be grateful for whatever you've been through in the last year and in life, because it's led you to this place. It's going to be a good place. Like I said before, there will be some legalities, maybe contracts. For some, maybe even, like divorce, or you're suing someone, or some of you may even be being sued, and that's okay. But I do see that there is something there, but it's going to be good, because these are the next 3 cards that come out. The ending of a hurtful cycle, which is more or less conceptual than it is anything else, because this is all swords, but the situation is ending. It's a 10. It's at finale. It's at its finality. Also, too, judgment. I see you guys making a decision that's going to bring renewal to your life, and waiting for the sun, waiting for your ships to come in. All right. That has been a look ahead for you, Aquarius. I am your intuitive tarot reader, Brandy, and this is the Journey of Self, guys. You guys can actually reach me by, making comments below if you would like to do a personal reading, or you guys can come over to my website, thejourneyofself.org. This is where you can get your manifestation bracelets as well as your manifestation jewelry, and that gives you the ability to, or just gives you tools to help you bring energy into your life, the energy that you desire into your life. I use the bracelets. You guys always can see me using them. Right now, I'm moving from one phase of my life to another, so you'll see that I am braceletless. I will be creating new bracelets for myself with new tags and things of that nature, but right now I have not. So right now I'm kind of like in my holding pattern. I'm just kind of enjoying where I'm at. I've manifested some of the biggest things I've ever manifested in my life this year. I'm just enjoying myself and taking the inventory and just kind of like taking stock. So I haven't really recreated my bracelets yet, but I took off the old ones because they definitely have no place now. That energy that I created those bracelets with is old. It's not of present. So I took them off. All right. I can vouch and tell you that they do work. This is the reason why I decided to start presenting them to the public, because I couldn't believe how well they worked. One day my aunt made them for me and I started wearing them and they were amazing. Then I made them for myself. They still worked. And now I would like to make them for you. So if you're interested, come over to thejourneyofself.org. That's where you can see some of the bracelets and see some of the styles that you can actually get. And that's also where you can get your personal readings. Like I said, if you want to, subscribe, make comments below. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and namaste.